to those. Some pictures literally just coming in the last few seconds from Woolwich, from the scene of that attack where a man was hacked to death. He was hit by a car and then hacked to death by a machete or a butcher's knife of some sort. We are trying to get those pictures coming to you in the last couple of seconds. Now, this would appear to be someone involved in the attack. You can clearly see in that man's hand a knife, and we did see some footage earlier of a short video clip of an individual believed to be one of the attackers speaking what would be described as jihadist language or jihadist words, and the Prime Minister and other sources, the Mayor of London among them, saying that there are overwhelming indications and strong indications that this attack in Woolwich was indeed a terrorist attack. You can see an extremely busy scene there, a really quite shocking and bizarre scene to see this unfolding in the middle of the afternoon in what is clearly a very busy part of London. So this is the latest image we have coming into us from the scene of that murder. You can clearly see there on the left-hand side of shot a blue car thought to have been used by the attackers to hit their victim before they proceeded to attack him with a knife. Police and the ambulance service were first called to what they have described as a serious incident just after 2 o'clock. Local people say a man wearing a Help for Heroes t-shirt was hit by a car, then attacked and killed with a machete or sword by the car's occupants. A local MP reports that the dead man is a soldier. The MOD begins its investigation. It's believed that armed police arrived around 20 minutes later. They shot 2 men who were taken from the scene by paramedics, one by air ambulance. One of those men is seriously injured. At about 5:30, it emerged that the Home Secretary had summoned a meeting of COBRA, the government's emergency response committee, in Whitehall. She described the attack as sickening and barbaric. And just after that, senior Whitehall sources say they are treating the killing as an Islamist terrorist attack. The men are reported to have shouted Allahu Akbar, which means God is great.
I think everyone has been completely shocked and horrified with what has happened. I think that the Home Secretary was absolutely right to convene a meeting of COBRA on an emergency basis. This is what COBRA is for. That will enable her to obtain all the latest intelligence reports and all the information which will enable her to make any decisions that she needs to take forward. And the Prime Minister is right to have decided to come back early this evening and to chair COBRA tomorrow morning. This is totally unprecedented, and it requires the attention of both the Prime Minister and the Home Secretary. I think what we need to do now, of course, is to establish the full facts, and the police and the security services need to be left to establish those facts. They'll want to go through all the various profiles to find out exactly what happened. They will no doubt look at the footage that the television channels have got. They will piece together all this information, but they need to do this very, very quickly.
Because of course that will dictate the appropriate response, won't it? Of course we have the immediate precautionary measures that must be put in place, like the tightening of security around other barracks in London, as well as Woolwich barracks, of course. But then it's very careful to get the appropriate response right in terms of what this means in the longer term for security and so on.